Okay, I'm going to explain a little bit about how to deal with debugging on MindTap, and then I will go and create a Visual Studio project and see, how can that help you when you are debugging. This is one of those debugging exercises. It's a very simple one. We can use it to illustrate what you have to do. So when I run the code, all these errors come. There could be more, but the first thing that you have to do is go to the first error. There are a possibility of different type of errors. When the compiler is actually giving you an error, that basically is a syntax error. So here, let's go to the first one. It's DebugTwo2 1234. So basically, that means that on line 12, this one, and probably space 34, there's some type of mistake. So one thing that you have to your advantage is that it's a color coded, and anything that is a string literal, which is anything that is between quotation marks, is a string literal. So now if you notice, and that's going to be green, if you notice, this is green and the semicolon is green, which they should not. They should be actually color black. So that tells you that that string was not ended. Okay, so if I go, actually I created two of them there. Okay, see, now they are black. So now that should be correct now. So if I run it again, and I do it because based on in the first error, there could be some misleading errors after that. Now you notice that now we have even more, but 12 is not one of them. So we have 13, name will be read line. Will be assigned to whatever read line. The problem in this one, there's another syntax error, is that read line is a method, and you always have to use parentheses. So when we correct this, that specific mistake will be eliminated. And also read line reads to strings. Name is a string, so that's fine. So let's run that again. So you go one by one instead of trying to find everything. So see, now 13 is not there, but we have 16. So 16, something is going here, and I know what it is, and it's basically that if you notice this, see, it's convert dot. So convert is actually a class that has methods. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to explain what is a class here, but a class basically describes something, and the methods basically say what this class can do. And one of the things that the convert class can do is to actually convert to integer. So basically what we are saying is, oh, we're going to take first string, which is a string variable that is declared here. First string will be converted to a 32-bit value on first, which is an integer. That's basically what it's doing. And that was basically the mistake there. Let's run it again to see if that's true. See, we have now, we don't have 16, we have 18. So let's go to 18. So let me see. 18, second string. I can see the error. See, this is a lot easier in Visual Studio. Visual Studio will tell you right away. But basically is the second string is not defined because what we have here is second string, so it's a misspell. Now if you do this with Visual Studio, as soon as you start typing IntelliSense, which is when you type, you know, whatever is valid at that point, or any variables that you have declared will appear, and you can select them. So now here, second string, read line. Okay, so let's run it again. Okay, so now in 18 we still have a problem. Let me see. Line 22. I missed that one. It's that read line. It has to be written with L, uppercase L. Again, that's something that Visual Studio will check, like really fast. Now, line 19. Well, it should be this, to integer 32. Let me paste that. Okay, let me see, the second supposed to be an integer and second string is supposed to be a string. That's fine. Let's run it. Okay, now the error here is now program DebugTwo2 does not contain a static main method suitable for an entry point. Okay, so this is main, but main in C# should be written always with capital N. So when we try to run the program, it's saying the entry point does not exist. So what is the entry point? So any program that you do in C# should have main, and they always are going to start right here. They don't see that, then there is a problem with that. So let's run this again. Now, okay, now it's running. Now, but because it is running, it doesn't mean that necessarily it's okay. So we actually, that means that we got rid of the syntax errors. Now let's see if there is any logical or runtime errors. Okay, so enter your name. I'm going to enter my name, and then hello Dimas, enter an integer. I'm going to enter 45, enter another integer 12. Okay, and now this is a runtime error, something that happens and goes really wrong when you're actually trying to run the program. So let's see. Now, for you to understand what's going on here, we have to, let me see, we go until 19. Okay. See what's going on here. Let's analyze this. This is not where the problem is, but let's analyze this, because this actually went well. Anytime that you want to display something inside of the string, you're going to use braces, and after the string you put a comma, and then you indicate what do you want to display there. Now the reason why it has 0 is because if you put, say, 3 values after that, separated with commas, it's going to display them in order, or how do you specify the value. So for example, you want to specify the first one, it always starts with 0. So it's going to be 0, 1, 2 if you have 3. So for example, knowing that, then we can see, okay, in this one, thank you, and then 1, so 1 is actually this one, because name is 0, and 0 is not mentioned even here. And we have 0, 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4, and that's probably where the error is. So let's put this as it should be: 0, 1, 2, and then 3. So since we don't have 4, this is going out of boundaries. So let's run this again. Okay, now I'm going to enter 3. Okay, thank you, Dima. The product of 12 and 45 is 540. So I entered 2 integers, and then it was displayed my name, those 2 integers, and the result of the multiplication of those 2 integers. So any questions, message me, and I can go over more details on this if necessary.